Okay, I've put on the orangey colors first, painting from light to dark in the orange family. Cadmium yellow light, cadmium yellow dark, cadmium red light, cadmium red dark. Now I'm going to paint the greens. If you'll look again at my color wheel, you'll see that I go from yellow lemon down toward purple on one side of the color wheel to make the greenish, bluish tones, and I go, or blue-greenish, turquoisey colors, and I go the other direction toward violet to make the orangey, red-orange color. So now I'm going to be painting. I'm going to start out with the light in this side of the spectrum, and I'm going to suggest the lights here. Remember, the white is the lightest. White is lighter than yellow, but white is not a color. White is light. Get somebody who's more scientific to explain that one to you. I kind of understand it enough. I'm like, who cares? It's just not a color. But some people really care. And we need those people. They're just not me. The bottle's green, but there's a lot of white reflections, more on the glass, because glass is a greater reflector than plants are. So you're going to see more reflected light in your bottles. They should anyway, unless they're not in a place where they're getting any light. I over and over again, I will advise you to paint from something that you're actually looking at, as opposed to something. Paper towel. Something that in a photograph, because there are things that you do not see in a photograph, and those subtleties end up being the most important thing there in many cases. So paint from a photograph. Paint from something really flesh and blood sitting right there in front of you, and then put a light on it so that you can see. You could be a lamp. A gooseneck lamp is great because you can aim it. In fact, I have an old gooseneck. I had to look to be sure what I did have there. But I have an old gooseneck lamp. Beneath the black-eyed Susan, we're looking at the back of it right now. So we're going to have to deal with the green that's coming in right there, the bracts that are coming in, sort of holding that baby. In fact, I've shown you pictures of there's one right there, the babies. The babies, their arms are over their head. They're trying to protect themselves. Gradually, they open up. And then when they open up, that protective umbrella is still there. It has opened wide and let that baby go. Let it go, let it go. Okay, I've pretty much indicated what I want to indicate with the to start with. Now I'm going to go to the next color, which is leaf green. I use DaVinci paints. Similar colors. Some other paint companies have similar colors to this. I'm not sure what they're. It seems like Schmick might be. I don't know. Somebody's is cadmium permanent green light. I don't even know who. Just to make my own life easier, I've started with over and over again, I'll say, paint it the way it grows. Those ripples and curves are just exquisite in some leaves. Some leaves are just as, like holly leaf. It has curves, but not a billowing, flowing curve to it. In fact, I hated holly leaves for the longest time. They're too unrelenting. I like relenting things, not things that are just hardcore, gotta have it my way or the highway. Okay, just like you paint the petals coming out from the direction, these little bracts come out from this center area. And they don't come straight out, they come out kind of like an umbrella, the spokes of an umbrella. I said it before. They're kind of like the spokes of an umbrella. Okay, that sort of suggests that the leaf green, which is the second color on the green toward the green spectrum, the third color is Viridian green, but I toned that down with leaf green. That's just way too much Christmas for me. So what I'm going to do now is come in and start bringing in this Viridian Yes, any second, probably a first grader now. How do you make green with blue and yellow. Well, not all blues make pretty greens. They make useful greens because not all greens are as brilliant as I paint them. I paint sort of what's there and then what I wish were there. So I take poetic license with my subject matter. But not all blues and yellows make pretty greens. But I'm going to indicate the next stage of this by just a subtle suggestion of Prussian blue. Where I'm seeing a lot of shade, and I actually did tone this Prussian blue down with some Viridian green. I'll say this over and over. I'll tell you what colors, but I paint it one step at a time. I paint up one and down one. Okay, that's enough green for right now. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to put just a little hair right here. These little bachelor buttons have the wispiest little leaves. They look like, I tell you what they look like. They look like rosemary, or the leaves of a rosemary. They're not flashing, big leaves like on this rudbeckia. Okay, I'm going to stop right there again.